It's Three the Hard Way. With DJ V Jala, Miss Dime, and Model Citizen J. It's RTJ, the podcast.
Yo, what it is, what it do, it's your boy, DJ B Dollar, I'm in the building.
And it's the one and only Model Citizen J from around the way.
And y'all already know, this looks a little different from y'all. I know y'all just saw our faces this past Thursday. But we had to do something a little special this week. And there was a lot going on, you know, for RTJ the brand, for Respected Journey. But there's one particular reason that we wanted to come live with this special edition. Anybody that's out there in these streets doing community work, similar to what we do, we always want to show love to that. We want to jump on that, find a way we can link together, because that's the most important thing. So tonight we got a couple of special guests that we're going to bring on in just a minute, tie into why we felt the need that, you know what, tonight was a good night to jump in. So Model Citizen J, what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead, drop a video in just a second. And then I'll let you go ahead and introduce our guest for tonight. But before we go too far, as y'all already know, RTJ the brand in the building all day, every day.
Twice on Sunday.
I had to tell that one. I had to get one in there.
You gotta say it.
Right. You already know, man, the kind of work that gets us out of bed every day, you know, what we feel our purpose is, our drive, our motivation to get out here to be better. We do have a mentoring program called Respected Journey, Inc., which is our nonprofit organization based out in North Carolina, where we mentor the youth utilizing the game of basketball as a tool, as a foundation, and showing how it both correlates on the court and off the court as well, just to build up model citizens, if you see what I did there. So we let all that work come together, and it'll make so much sense why the guests that are coming on in just a bit are here to chop it up with us tonight. Model Citizen J, anything you want to add in on that before we jump into that promo?
Listen, I just always want to say it's always good to fellowship and network with like-minded individuals, and anytime you have the opportunity to give to help spread the message and help spread the word, just make sure you do it. Shout out to Team Journey today, man. We was out there with our little fundraising event, man, our first fundraising event on our own. The kids put the work in. We was out there in the heat. So, yeah, shout out to the youth, man. You're going to see how everything just ties in and correlates to what we got going on tonight with our special guests. Facts.
So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and drop this promo right quick. And then we're going to introduce our guests and get into this much needed conversation.
Yes. I just want to thank everybody for coming out yesterday. Balling for Peace Houston was a huge success. Shout out to TSU. Shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to Jump Brand. Shout out to Wooter. Shout out to Real Fans, Real Talk. Usual Suspects. We had an amazing time. I couldn't do it without you guys. I look forward to being back here next year. Shout out to Jordan Sutherland for winning the dunk contest. Shout out to Brett Bucket for winning the three-point shootout. And Rayful Alston for bringing the little guys out and having a good old time. Again, Houston, thank you for having us. Roll for Peace. With that Roll to Peace Tour 2022, we're here. Woo!
So, Master J, please, without further ado, would you introduce our guest tonight?
Family, coming to the stage, coming to the podcast, blessing us with the opportunity to give us the moment to share his story and what he has going on, okay? If you've seen the podcast last week, I gave this gentleman, he was my person I was showing love to. I reached out to a good friend of mine. He let me know my good friend Jay Gutta, who we have from Straight from the Gutter, Straight Facts from the Gutter. He let us know what he had going on. He's managing this young man. This young man is a certified baller, okay? If you're a baller from Queens, if you're a baller of ballers, you know who this young man is. If you saw this young man on the court, you knew it was going to be a problem, okay? His nickname is H2O. All right, so that lets you know it's water, it's cash, it's money. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody told me Wesley Snipes got the phrase, it's pretty, it's so pretty from him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's true, but that's the word on the street. But tonight, our guest is no other than Haron, H2O, Hargrave, from Balling for Peace. Family.
Let's go.
Yo, what up,
family?
y'all?
What's going on, my brother?
How you doing?
Peace. Man, we good, my man. How you feeling?
I'm good. All is well, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain, man. Just thankful and happy to be on here. And great introduction, man. I appreciate that.
Oh man, that was light work. That was light work. See now. Now coming up, you know what I'm saying? Now I know this brother told us, he said keep it cool, keep it cordial, keep it humble. Listen, this dude right here we got coming alongside is a very modest man. Okay, he does a lot of work. He puts in work. Like, he has a motto: the work doesn't stop, and he lives by this motto. Okay. I've been blessed. I was fortunate enough to be on a podcast that he has, Health is Wealth, with Jay Gutta and Dova. They gave me the opportunity. There's a lot of things that he put me on the game to. This dude has a lot of knowledge. He shares with people. He doesn't ask for a lot. Just honesty, respect, loyalty, and just a stand-up, honorable dude. So with this movement, Balling for Peace, that Haron H2O has going on, straight from the gutter, Jay Gutta is also involved with it. So of course I had to bring him on. We also have to talk about this movement because, you know, as I always say, health is wealth is important. Jay Gutta, what's good, family? How you feeling, brother?
Blessed and highly favored, man. Appreciate y'all for having us on. And we're just pushing the narrative, man. Balling for Peace. And you guys, you know, we respect the journey. It correlates. You know what I'm saying? It's like a perfect marriage when it comes to this basketball thing, when it comes to the youth. So just blessed to be here and happy that you guys were able to connect.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, let me speak on to a little something that Model Citizen Jay was getting at a little bit earlier. When we talking about Haron and his skills on the court. I got a chance to chop it up with them a little bit yesterday. Gutta, y'all was live on Instagram, so I was able to tap in for a bit with that conversation, which was much needed yesterday. So I had to let H2O know. I said, yeah, I played against him a few years ago, but I'm sure he balled so much he probably didn't remember. But I can speak to the simple fact that he bust our ass in that game. It was a tournament at ISA. Shout out to my brother Mike Bravo. But yeah, it was a wonderful game on his part. Not too much on the rest of us. He definitely gets busy on the court, so I can definitely attest to that very much so.
So it got ugly for y'all? That's what you're saying?
It got ugly. It got look.
Yo,
that's one thing about me. I'm gonna give credit where it's due. It got ugly. It was one of those. Yo, coach, I think I pulled a hammer. You gotta sub me out.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Listen,
hey man, I appreciate honesty, man. I appreciate honesty.
Facts.
oh, listen, on this platform, we believe in total transparency. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. We gonna tell the truth all the way.
Facts. So
let's get right into it, man.
Let's jump in.
Like, I want to talk about.
Definitely bring you on.
Yeah,
Jay.
I just wanted to bring just jump on and just talk about real quick. Balling for Peace, man. Let us know how it got started, where the idea came from, how, like, the beginnings, man. Let us know, man.
So Balling for Peace, it got started back in 2014. There was a lot of senseless act of violence going on in our community. It was the peak of when Mike Brown and Eric Gardner had got killed senselessly over nothing, pretty much. Like Mike Brown was killed over a candy bar. They said he stole a candy bar, and they shot him and killed him. Eric Gardner was choked out for selling loose cigarettes, they said, in front of a corner store. And and everybody was doing the peace marches and the rallies and different things like that. And I've always been a man of peace. I've always been in that community of trying to do things differently. Back in 2007 or 8, me and my boy, we started something called Queen's Day, which then became Queen's Week. And we had it at the first park we had it was at Montebello Park in Queens. Then we had at Springfield Park, and then we had at Roy Wilkins Park in Queens as well too. So we were doing that every summer. And then when we had it at Roy Wilkins, they wanted us to be a part of their 75th anniversary of
SQPA or something like that they, and so they wanted us to do it for a week. So we had like free face painting for the kids, bouncy houses, all these different things that we incorporated into what we were doing for the community. And things happened, and then my boy, he went and he got, his girl got pregnant, and just we kind of like stopped doing it. And in 2014, that's when I picked up with the community work again, when the whole Mike Brown and Eric Gardner situation happened. And my best friend, he got killed in Hollis, Queens. Mark Arrington, God rest his soul. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to start Balling for Peace as well too. Just to get, keep these people's names fresh, and keep my boy's name fresh, and that people will never forget them and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Balling for Peace came about, because of all the senseless acts of violence. And then I just, took the ground running and started, doing what I did with these celebrity events, these basketball events, to get the word out there more. Because just for me, it's cool, but if like I had Jim Jones at my first event, having Jim Jones there, peace, where people don't really see Jim Jones in that in that type situation,
in that atmosphere, in that light.
The Godson, God rest. Yeah, these are different people that now they're seeing, pushing, when they're only used to hearing about like gangster rap or whatever. So that was more of the mindset when it came to the celebrity aspect of it.
Right. Now, do you feel when you started the movement, Balling for Peace, did you feel that you had the support from the community more so for the projects and things that you were putting together, or did you feel it kind of sufficed to kind of have that celebrity backing to kind of get the name out a little bit more broader, to let them know, look, I'm serious out here now. I got known faces supporting me.
So when I originally started it, going to the community, like, I didn't really know how to do it. So I went to, like, say I meet with the senators and the local congressmen, and there was nothing really being done. Like, they didn't really, I'll get back to you, try to get a meeting here and there. It just seemed like it was very tough to get them to commit to coming out to the game. They did come, Reuben Wills, they came to the second annual at York College and stuff like that. But the first game I had at Baruch College. And so that's in the Manhattan borough. So I tried to get with those people out there, and it didn't really happen. So what I did my first year, I kind of just pushed it like an independent rapper. Like, to be honest with you, like I was in clubs giving out tickets and stuff like that. I was all the basketball games that I went to, I was just giving out flyers for, because I was still playing, and I was giving out flyers, telling people, yo, come to my event. And I was on Facebook, Instagram, but I didn't even have an Instagram for Balling for Peace at that time. It was just my own personal Instagram. So when I first did it, my personal Instagram looked like, how like Jamaican promoters, they promote every day. They just promote mad stuff. There's a whole bunch of flyers all over the place. So that's how I was promoting Balling for Peace. And like my personal Instagram looked nasty. It was looking crazy. Like, so I just was I didn't know how else to do it, because I don't call myself a promoter. I would say I'm a special event coordinator or something like that. But at the end of the day, I just wanted the people to hear about it and get the message, peace through sports. And so I would say I didn't really get the backing from the community as far as like people in power, but I got the support from my friends and my family, because they all came out, and I had tons of vendors, and it was crazy. Baruch, I probably had over close to 2,000 people at my first event.
Now I see now you have an event coming up in Miami on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Next week?
Well, it's next Saturday. It's July 2nd.
Saturday. July 2nd. Next Saturday we have an event out in Miami. So now everything you mentioned right now was New York City. born and bred, the borough, the hometown, nitty gritty. You know how they say, if you can make it anywhere, you can make it anywhere. How were you able to expand your event to Miami?
So after having Ballin' for Peace in New York, the first 5 years, I always wanted to do it somewhere else. I always wanted to create the Road to Peace tour. I always wanted to do that. And so coming back from COVID, it has been very difficult for people like myself who do in-person events. You know, we do in-person things, in-person gatherings. We're more a people-pleasing organization, you know? So it was tough for us to go to the, go online and kind of get the message across, but we had to learn, and we did that. Before COVID, I didn't have an e-commerce website. My website wasn't e-commerce. We just would have information on it. But now we actually have merchandise for sale. We only used to have it where we would have it online only, only when we were doing events. But now we're able to sell merchandise throughout the whole year. So it's a blessing now. COVID was a gift and a curse at the same time, you know. But we were able to get a lot of paperwork done, and we're full-fledged 501c3 now.
Talk about it.
So it was a gift and a curse. So yeah. So with that being said, I didn't want to just come back and just do New York. I want to just have the game in New York right away again. I wanted to, as a basketball player, and you know, we always think about the next challenge, right? And it usually doesn't come from somebody else; it comes from yourself. So to challenge myself, I want to expand the brand and go other places, whether I had sponsorship or not. You know, so at the end of the day, we fully fund what we're doing ourselves. You know, and then we have incline sponsors. We have people who give. Now we're able to get uniforms, and shout out to Wooter Apparel, headbands, and different things that we have now. But it's, you know, still the meat and potatoes of it comes from me still.
Right.
You understand? So something that we're looking for. We actually we're able to get donations on Instagram now. So we have that up there. I mean, that's probably the easiest way because that's the most way that we communicate with people. So now it's totally up to them to put us in the way that they can, you know? So we learned a lot during this time. And again, my mindset with coming out of the pandemic was to challenge us as an organization to do more. And to do more, you have to reach more people. So we want to take the show on the road.
All right. Okay. A question that I got for you, because a lot of what you're saying right now, it's like not even night and day, but a mirror image to a lot of what we've been dealing with what we're trying to do here in North Carolina, and speaking to a lot of how the work that you were doing coming out of your own pocket, you know, trying to find people to donate, but really probably not getting the response that you're hoping you would get for the type of work that you're doing. How were you able to offset or overcome those frustrations with, do y'all not notice what I'm trying to do for the community? This is something major that we all need to come together with. How did you overcome not getting that initial support and realizing I may have to kind of do this dolo until somebody take me serious?
Well, that's always been my concept. I've never really worried about what other people were doing or if other people, how they support it, right? But I've always given them an opportunity to support. There's always going to be a way to support. I'm not going to give you no options. A lot of times what happens is people don't have anything to support and scream at people for not supporting. And it's like, what are you actually offering? You're not offering anything for me to actually support you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how can I support you if you have nothing for me to support? You know, with me directly, hey, even if I'm sending you a text message, hey, this is the Road to Peace tour, this is the dates and what we're doing, you know, support with your purchase and buy a t-shirt, or support and donate, buy a ticket. I'm giving you a way to help, 100% it helps us, because we are independent organization. So it helps us. Everything that you do for us helps us. So I'm giving you an option. So I never really worried about the people that don't support. It's it's not up to me, but all I can do is aspire to inspire others to do more. And whether they pick it up or not, it's totally up to them. I can't do anything about that.
Well, what people don't realize also is that, for example, right, H has been doing this. This is the 6th annual, right? And a lot of people like to start supporting once the building is already on the 3rd floor. People don't like to support from the basement. People don't like to put in the hustle. They don't like to put in the hard work. They don't like to get dirty and get down to the gritty nitty of it all, right? So being, H is a native New Yorker, so automatically his mindset has always been, I'm going to do it with or without you. So it's like, if you want to support, great. If you don't, great. Like, it's going to get done regardless. And that's how he has just lived his basketball life. And then now his life, I wouldn't even say life after basketball because he's still active out there. But, this and the Bowling for Peace narrative and the movement and everything else, it's like, he's giving you he shows you everything, like his full transparency. He has the paperwork for the non-profit. He can give you the tax breaks for certain things if you do want to support. So everything is there for you to support. Now it's up to you to support or not. But what he's not going to do is beg you.
Now, exactly. Definitely not going back. Now, H, when the family, because we like to call our people, we don't have fans, we don't have fanatics, none of that. We have Journey fam, right? That's what we like to call the people. So when the family supports you, right? When we buy the ticket to the event, what can we expect at one of your events when we pull up and we come in to show out?
So, we're definitely different. We have free youth clinics, right? So we have the free basketball clinics for the kids ages 6 to 16. That's for starters. Usually when we're in New York, I have either the Brooklyn Nets or the New York Knicks as the facilitating that and training the kids and training the youth. And these other places in Houston, we've had a lot of the players be the coaches and the trainers for the day. Like for the youth game in Houston, we had Skip Tamalu, Ray for Alston. His team played against his AAU team played against another AAU local team in Houston, but he came out, he loved it. Houston's gonna be another place that we go back to as well. So with that, we have the 3-point shootout where, like, if you want to compete in the 3-point shootout, you pay $50 and you have a chance to win $250 for just participating in the 3-point shootout.
Wait, family, that's that New York hustle right there. Pay 50, get 250. Come on, let's talk about it.
Listen, you got to put into the bank, baby.
Right.
100%. Put your money. Literally, put your money where your mouth is, man. If you think you can do it, you think you can win. Come get that. Come get that bread real quick. So at the end of the day, instead of doing
you didn't finish. You didn't finish. After the 3-point contest, you also have the dunking.
100%. After the 3-point shootout, we have the dunk contest, which is highly anticipated. We had the best dunker in the world. Jordan Sutherland is the top #1 dunker in the world right now. He's been going all over the place. He participated in our last dunk contest. He won it. He won't be able to come to Miami. He just was in New York a couple of days ago and won a whole nother dunk contest, this NFT dunk contest that they had out here for NFT NYC week. Yeah, he's fire. Shout out to Jordan Sutherland. And then we have the celebrity game. But also we have vendors. We have vendors, food, drinks, clothes, everything, candles, soap, whatever you want. Like, we have it there. And then we have the celebrity game, and we have performances, like halftime performances. And then we have the live bands and gaming. And it's a whole
how modest you are. I love the energy, and I love how modest you are, because right now you're telling people they can come to a whole event. They just not getting, you have something for the whole family. All right. So right now, the little son, little baby girl, she could go get some training. Mom dudes can go get the little shop on at the vendors, at the little flea market setup that you have, like flea market style setup. You know what I'm saying? You can support local vendors. Then at the same time, you know, the family could come together, watch the celebrity game. They can watch the dunk contest. If Pops is feeling like a shooter, if he's feeling like a boss, he can enter the 3-point contest. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, remember, son, back in the day, your dad had a trigger. Well, Dad, you can show your son you got a trigger.
And look, and get some bread. And get some bread.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, I love what you got going on. And again, it was the name on your jerseys is Team Peace and Team Equality, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was strategically thought out. We've been doing that for years. At the end of the day, there's no losers there. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting for peace and we're fighting for equality. You know what I mean? We're playing for peace and we're playing for equality. At the end of the day, that's all we want. We want. You understand? So we want to live a world. Again, my thing is I want to make peace cool. I want people to talk about peace in a cool way. You know what I mean? It's very tough and difficult at times. Sometimes even getting these venues. Like when I'm doing my hip hop events, I can get it like that. But when I'm doing my peace events, I got to go through so much red tape and, you know, it's very tough. It's and it's weird. It's very weird. I'll tell you that. It's one of the weirdest things that I've had to deal with in my life has been trying to get venues for a peace event. You know, it's not the easiest thing. You would think that it would be easier. They try to hit you over the head with prices and stuff like that as well too. And it's like to the point. I remember. And not to throw anybody under the bus, but I remember I did the game at York College the second year, and it was one price then, right? So I was going to come back, say, year 4. No matter of fact, the next year, because I was going to do it at St. John's University, and then in the fourth quarter, I got a text message saying, "Hey, we can't do your event." A month before the event, I had schools loaded up, coming and everything. Can't do your event. And I'm like, what? Like I was in like, bro, I broke down. It was crazy because I had so much and I put so much energy into it. It's not you. I'm not Drake. I'm not Chris Brown. I can't just say, yo, I'm doing this and everybody's going to come. So that's why you have to have this promotional time. You have to have people like this getting involved, pushing the event. It's not just me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one pushing the event more than anybody else. You know, I know that about myself. I wouldn't even put that responsibility on anybody and think that they're going to keep that same energy. You know how people be like, yo, keep that same energy in a bad way, but in a good way. I don't think that they're going to keep that same energy like how I do it. So I don't plan for them to do it. But even if they give me 10% of what I'm doing, all right, cool. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? If you send out that flyer one time, all right, cool. I'll take it. You know, at the end of the day, because it's not theirs. It's not something, it's not their goal, it's not their vision, it's not something that they really want. You understand what I'm saying? Like that person at Walmart is gonna put the same energy as the people who own Walmart. You understand what I'm saying? So they're just there for a couple of hours. They don't care about the results of the overall how much money the companies spend at the end of the day. So I don't fault people. And I don't even put pressure on them to even be who I think they, you know, who I think I am. You understand? So yeah.
Now speaking
but
about,
then also H, you mentioned you being able to get venues for hip hop events. So I just want to let RTJ the brand know as well that there is H2O Music as well, and he also did his annual comedy show, which is something he's been wanting to do forever. So he's doing a comedy show now as well. So I just want to let you guys know about that as well. So, you know, just definitely follow him and follow the journey. No pun intended.
Oh, yeah.
No. Listen, family, anything you got going on, please let us know. Shoot it to us. We will promote it. We will put it out
promote
there.
It heavy.
Because honestly, a lot of times people like exactly what you're doing and where you're at. That's where me and B Doll is trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? To that grand scheme and to that grand level. There's nothing wrong with showing love. There's nothing wrong with showing love to somebody doing the same exact thing that you're doing. That's why when Gutta told me what you was doing, immediately, as soon as he told me, I said, "Oh, I'm showing the Brody love, yo." Like, we got to get his message out.
No,
you know
literally same day.
Like, no, like,
I was
literally,
like,
like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, as soon as you sent it to me and I seen what he got going on, yo, I say Gutta is going down. I sent B Dollar the message, like, yo, this is what I'm showing love to this week. I already got it a wrap. Because, like, what you're doing for the community is so big. The kids need this. The kids need a place that is safe, is cool. People need to see a black man in the forefront doing this. Because we're not thugs, we're not criminals, we're not ignorant, we're not dumb. All right? That's not who we are. Now, we may look a certain sort of way. People may try to carry us or try to paint a certain picture about us, but that's not us. The work is going to speak for itself. And my brother, the work you putting in is definitely speaking volume. So I just want to say I appreciate what you're doing because you're saving lives out there.
Thank you.
You're helping people, you know. And like one thing I've noticed real quick, Vidal, you've been real modest about everything. You know what I'm saying? Through this whole process, through this whole interview, it's like, yo, it's not about me. It's not about me. I can't do this alone. I don't expect people, you know, even to believe in my dream as much as I do. But it's not even about my dream. My dream is to help other people. My dream is to inspire others. So, family, I salute you on that.
And the crazy thing is about that, Jay, the crazy thing is that knowing him in real life, and we've had this conversation plenty of times where I tell H, like, yo, listen, like, I get it. You're humble. I get it. You're doing it just not for yourself. There's a bigger picture. I get it. But that humbleness also gets attributed to you not putting in enough work. You know what I'm saying? Like, people automatically just feel like you're not doing enough. And like, you don't understand, like, this man does a lot by himself. And it needs to be showcased a little bit more. That's why I am pushing to, you know, getting him more interviews and things like that, because at the end of the day, you know, he has an even bigger picture than just what he's doing now, which is the 6th annual in July 2nd, by the way, Miami. You know, and May 5th, he just did Houston, by the way.
Wait, what park they gonna be at in July 2nd? What park they gonna be at in Miami?
It's Charles Haley Park, but it's actually the gym, Charles Haley Gym.
Okay.
In the vicinity of the park. Yeah. Charles.
Listen,
and the link.
Yeah.
And for everyone out there, if you go to my bio or you go to H's bio, you're going to see the link for the website is to get the tickets. They're $10. So.
But you see that right across the banner at the bottom. You see it scrolling at the bottom.
You know what I'm saying? Go to their page because you gotta follow them. Listen, y'all gotta follow them. Go to their page and follow them. But you ain't even gotta wait to get your ticket. Get your ticket right now, damn it. And even if you can't go, it's $10.
One thing I wanted to point out. One thing I wanted to point out that I just love that the energy of that. Not even so much just the modesty of how you're saying this is bigger than me. It's not about me. I'm just one man trying to just make that change and just start with me and then bring along whoever, you know, feels touched by what I'm doing and want to do the same. But even just at this moment, you get a lot of us, especially from the Black community, that never wants to feel like we don't know enough. You know, there's times when we feel like because we want to be the face, the name of something so big, we try to keep it where no one else can have that shine. And even as you're speaking to right now, what you're doing and your process and your journey to how you got to the point that you are now, I'm sitting here soaking in what you're saying and learning, you know, what you went through to now where you are now. Because that's one thing that I personally struggle with. I'm pretty sure Model Citizen Jay can speak to that as well. Getting over the adversity of people still viewing us how we used to be opposed to who we are now. You know, after we've gone through life, learned things, and you get the knowledge of how life really should be working. Now see me as this new individual that's trying to do something bigger than what I used to think was important, and you don't get that same support. Because like you said, I can put on a hip hop concert and everybody before, let me get that ticket, let me get 4 tickets, let me get advance pay and all that. But now I'm talking about, let's do something where we're putting the guns down and we educating the youth and doing things like that. Oh, it's crickets out here. I'm the same individual. I'm just a lot better.
Yeah, but B Dollar, here's the thing. Here's the thing to that, right? The thing to that is being able to reinvent yourself. That's number one, right?
Right.
Number two is putting in the work and the thing is that people don't realize, right? All these social media outlets, we have to utilize them the right way. Content is king, right? I don't care if you get 1 like or 50 likes. They saw it. Trust me, they saw it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So continue pushing that narrative and changing the narrative and putting in the work, and it's going to pay off. The hustle is going to pay off. But the thing is that, like you said, people like to put you in a box, right? They like to put you in a box that they're comfortable having you in, right? Because having you outside of that box makes them uncomfortable, right? So a lot of people, they look in the mirror and they look at a representative of what they believe they are, not what they actually see in the mirror, right?
Right.
So with that being said, you guys are doing great work. You guys have to continue doing great work. Continue putting the content out there. Go live. Go do reels, do things like that, because then at some point, then you can get your Instagram to be monetized, right? So now you can have a badge on all your videos. Now that badge could be RTJ the brand, right? So now when anyone donates, it goes right into your organization. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to continue putting in that work and continue utilizing social media for what it's meant to be, not just to be looking at chicks twerking and all that extra shit. Because at the end of the day, you guys have a mission. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you guys can't look at the chicks, but at the end of the day, you guys have a mission. You know what I mean?
Look,
Right.
And then I just want to say, y'all see why I did the intro for Gutter the way I did it? That man just gave you game for free 99. Y'all better pay attention to what he just said. That just wasn't applied to RTJ the brand. That was applied to everybody who's listening right now. That was free 99. All right?
Right.
I told you that's the type of individual that brother is. He'll give you the tools, but it's up to you to build the house. What you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying?
Each one teach one. At the end of the day, if you know something, like it costs you nothing to share it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, just like if I'm blocking the sun, right? If I'm blocking the sun on you, it don't stop it from shining on me. It can shine on all of us. You know what I'm saying? But people don't think like that, but it is what it is.
But just like H was saying, you know, sometimes from different communities, different places, you're not going to get that support, you know. So H, I want to ask you, how do you correlate? Because, you know, we like to teach kids and we like to teach the youth, basketball and life go hand in hand. So can you give us one situation how an experience on the court is helping you get through some adversities now with your program, with the Balling for Peace? How did you what's the connection?
Well, everything. Just to be honest with you, like everything with sports and basketball has helped me out 110% for me to keep going. To be honest with you, like for starters, if I had a quitter's mentality, I would have been done long time ago, because of the lack of support that you get from these events at times, and all the self-motivation that I had to have on the basketball court as well. Again, I'm like 5'11", 6 foot with my shoes on, but I was able, and I only played. This is
Bro,
a fun fact.
you're not 6 feet. You're not 6 feet.
Look, with my shoes on, 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. We don't play with our shoes off, so I'm 6 foot. Anyway. But what I was gonna say is, I only played 1 year of high school basketball. So from the adversity, I only played my senior year of high school basketball, and I still made it to play Division I ball. And in my senior year, I led my Division I school in scoring as well too. So like, it's been a lot of adversity in my basketball life that has allowed me to understand the business and understand that, hey, I'm not gonna get everybody. I'm not gonna be their choice. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna be. That's why they have so many different flavors of or so many food to pick from when you go to a restaurant, because you're not gonna be everybody's choice. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you don't worry about everybody else and kind of like narrow it down to like what you like and what you want to do and what you want to push, now you understand that you don't control, or people can't control what you do or control your narrative. So when I'm doing these things, the best feeling that I have is that I don't do it with the intent of somebody else's satisfaction of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing it to get everybody, to make everyone. I'm doing it because it's needed. One, but there are other people who have a larger voice than me that can be doing this same thing. That's not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I was doing it for, this, like, the clout and everything like that, then I would even approach it differently. Then it would be all about me. You wouldn't have to interview me at all because I'm telling everybody, yo, this is the best thing going, but that's not it. I wouldn't, and maybe that's maybe it's a good and a bad thing, because maybe people do need to know a little bit more of, like, what's really happening. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of great things has happened, and I've done a lot of great work, but I don't boast and brag about it. Not even my basketball career. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really one of those dudes out here. I played Division I ball, played overseas. Even with the 3-on-3, 3 weeks ago, I played in the Naismith Hall of Fame for 3-on-3 basketball. USA.
Talk to them. Talk to them, H. Talk to them.
Now,
talk to them.
Hold up.
Let's go.
Wait, hold up. I was gonna wait a couple of seconds. I was gonna give you a couple of minutes, but I was gonna ask you, my brother, you a baller. Your tag name is H2O. I was really gonna ask you, so now you already set it off. My family, read your resume. People need to know that we talking to a certified baller. All right.
Talk to them, H. Listen, to them.
Talk to us. We want H2O. We don't want H. We want the baller right now. All right, because I know when you on the court, it ain't you're not humble. You're not modest. Because I'm a ball player. You can't be modest on the court. You can't be humble. Nah. It's kill or be killed. So family, 100%. Talk that.
I've killed with my game. I let my game do the speaking for me. But if somebody else talks to me, that I don't back down. You understand? But I went to school, Campus Magnet High School, honorable mention, all city, first team all Queens. My first year, I only played 1 year high school basketball.
Queens get the money. Queens get the money. Queens in the building.
That's a fact. That's a fact. 100%. Only played my senior year. I went to Campus Magnet. It used to be called Andrew Jackson. A crazy little story real quick. My freshman year, I went to 72, which was my junior high school. But at that time, they used to have the 9th grade in junior high school. So I stayed my first year. My sophomore year, I went to Campus Magnet, and I broke my left wrist. So I didn't play at all. My junior year, I broke my left arm, so I didn't play at all my junior year. So my senior year was the only year that I had to play and ball out. And I balled out, averaged like 18 and 8. Did my thing, but my grades wasn't the best, so I had to go to junior college. I went to Sullivan Community College my first year out because I wanted to go to prep school. And I was holding out for prep school, and it didn't happen for whatever reason. So I went to Sullivan Community College, which is a Division III junior college. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I made that choice on Labor Day. My aunt was like, yo, you have to go somewhere. I know you're holding out for these schools and that, but you got to go somewhere. So I went to Sullivan Community College. They wasn't even looking at me or anything. I was the 35th man when I got there. My picture they had a team picture. I had a pullover jersey. It wasn't even the jersey. They didn't have no more jersey. I had a pullover uniform to take pictures in, and the joint came down to my ankles. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. At Sullivan, I was playing with 28-year-olds. It was insane. I was a true freshman, but I went from that to being the number one guy. When we went into the playoffs, I was their main guy, MVP. It went from not supposed to be on the team to being the MVP of the team. My coach left in the middle of the summer, Chad Beaton, and I wound up going to Monroe Community College. And I got to tell a story. I went to Monroe Community College. They wanted me to come out there, and the coach was a bozo. And I don't really want to mention too much about him, but he tried to just literally get me there to waste my year because I killed him during the year. It was some some weird.
Wow.
And I wound up having to get a hardship red shirt. My mother was sick at the time, and he wasn't even trying to help me get it. So I had to go to the baseball coach, and the baseball coach is the one who helped me get my year back. Making a long story short, but I had to, during that time there, I wasn't working out with the team anymore, and I started playing intramurals. I started working out with certain players who was there, just not even on the team, but just people who was, just thought they was good at basketball. Started working out with them, and I went to a junior college exposure event, did my thing. After that, I'm giving you the quick and dirty of it, and then I went to my school called Chafee in Rancho Cucamonga. But remember, I told you I had to get that hardship red shirt.
Right.
So all the way to the first time of the first day of the game, my first practice, I was thinking about, are they going to grant me my year? And so a week before the season started, I got a letter from the NJCAA that I was cleared to play, and I was able to play. And then I did my thing in Chafee, and then I got a full scholarship to Sacramento State, which was my Division I school. But remember, I played 1 year high school basketball, played at a Division III junior college, and still made it to Division I, and led my team in scoring. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, people don't understand the things that I have been through and had to overcome on the basketball tip. So then you talk about doing balling for peace and someone not giving you a venue. Okay, they didn't give me a venue, but I'm gonna overcome that and we'll do it somewhere else. So that's how it correlates. To go back to your question, that's how everything correlates from sports and actually doing these events, is that, adversity comes from sports, but it's all about you overcome that. And that's how my mental state is clear.
You said you played basketball overseas, right?
I did.
So listen, we're not gonna leave that out. Talk about that.
I graduated from Sacramento. Yeah. After I left Sacramento State, I got drafted at the time. Remember the CBA? I got drafted to the Albany Patroons. That was the first team I ever got drafted to. And I also had a D League. I was to working with 500 people. Rated out of the 500, I was rated the top 5 players in that whole D League draft camp. And
top 5.
I was offered. I got a D League contract. Top five. You already know. So I got a D League contract. At the time, you had to get a contract in order to put your name into the draft. So I had to have a contract to be in the draft. But the draft was in November, and I went to I got an offer to go play in Romania and get guaranteed money. So I opted to do that other than waiting around for the G League. So that was the first place that I played in, was in Romania. And then I played in Hungary, I played in China, I played in DR, played in Mexico, I played in Puerto Rico, played in Canada, Colombia, played a lot of places, man. So I definitely have fun playing ball. I still do have fun playing ball. It's a lot tougher on my body now, but I still
that recovery. That recovery time different. We had one question in the room. Actually, this is Mama Dollar. This Mama Dollar right here. My mom Dukes. She asked, "What was the age that you realized that you were talented enough to possibly do this for a living and perhaps make a play for the NBA?"
Well, that's a great question. I started playing ball. My mother used to run a tournament, and today, ironically, the same place that my mother ran a tournament, I refereed there for the first time. I did that today. I ref at that tournament today in that same park that my mother used to run this tournament.
Listen, your mother planted this seed in you early for you to do this, bro. It's in your DNA.
Yeah. Yo, I picked up a ball at 3 years old.
Shout out to your moms, man. Shout out to Mama Love. Listen, again, we just gonna bring it back. Moms know best. Moms will set you up for success before you even know it. Shout out to your mother for doing that amazing work and just putting in that spirit inside you for you to be great, man. That's so dope.
100%. And she did that. She put the ball in my hands, and literally, it guided me through life. Like basketball, literally, like tunnel vision guided me through life. So like, I always set goals for myself. So as a young boy, I always set goals. I always said like, hey, I want to play on my elementary school and be captain. I did that. Junior high school team, the same thing. Play and be the captain. I did that. High school, I played only my senior year, but I did that. Like, you know what I mean? I was the main person. I set these goals. Right. I want to play Division I basketball. I did that. I wanted to play in the NBA. I came up a little bit short, but I always had that goal and that aspiration to play in the NBA. And I got the recognition from everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I created a brand from my name. I got a street ball name, H2O. And most people, you hear about their names, even like Skip to My Lou and, all these people who have names. And, not most of them do, create a business out of it. I created my business out of my street ball name. You understand what I'm saying? H2O Music, H2O Basketball, Balling for Peace. It came into Balling for Peace. Like, it's a blessing to have played. But there was a time, my senior year, when I led my team in scoring. I was top 20 in seniors in the nation in scoring. And I was like, yo, basketball, it was like, yo, I could really play in the league. With the right representation, I could play in the league. And coming from a mid-major, smaller school, it was just a little bit tougher. But I definitely, it wasn't a talent thing, because I was better than a lot of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't the player that, you see the CNI test, you see somebody taller and everything. I always had to show and prove. So I would love to be on the court and like bust somebody's ass and be like, yeah, this is who you thought was nice. Like, he's not good at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
he's not that guy.
I've always yeah. So I would say my senior year, I feel that I do that.
Yeah, we try to with the kids that we mentor with and coach, we try to emphasize that the biggest thing, especially coming from New York City and you playing in the boroughs and the playgrounds, is where you get your name and your grip from. It was always bring your game, not your name, because your name don't mean shit if you ain't on the court handling your business. Right. There's one thing that actually we were doing just recently, and they'll see it when they get to that point. Hopefully they're not watching right now to ruin the surprise. But when we finally get to gift our team their first set of official uniforms, on the back of it, we were going back and forth contemplating, do we let them pick their numbers and then, give them their own special name on the back? Because obviously they'll feel great about having that. But it was like, no, because you worry so much about putting your name on your back of your jersey, you tend to forget that all that matters is what we did on this court. If we losing, that's what we're being remembered for. So we ended up saying on the back of the jerseys, we were just going to put respect. Respect that opponent, respect this game, play it the right way, and then watch where it's going to take you.
Respect
and
yourself.
just respect. And just listening to the journey that you had and all the obstacles you had to go through. Because you said, look, broke wrist, broke shoulder. At that point, I'm washing my hands like, all right, look, obviously God trying to tell me this ain't for me. Let me go do something else. But you like, nah, I still got the drive in me. It's still in me to know that I can do this. You still made your way up the ranks. Got to, as far as you got, not to ultimately where you wanted to, but you still made it much further than a lot of people I know that definitely could have went further. Speaking to myself, exactly with that. But just understanding there's still a process you can go through. We like to emphasize it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You just spoke to that word for word, exactly everything you went through.
Yo, the journey is everything, I would say. Like, literally, it's I live a life lesson. Like, my whole life is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? even in relationships, you talk about, relationships you have with women, and you learn. Like, people expect you. And if somebody goes, and if you were in a relationship with somebody in your early 20s and now you're in your 30s or whatever, and they're talking to you about things that you did back then, it's like, yo, and you tell them, like, hey, I learned from that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a better person from that. Yeah, like, real talk. I'm not the same person, but you keep trying to keep me in that space. I can't talk to you. I can't continue to talk to you because you're trying to keep me there. And I've graduated from that space that I was in at that time. I graduated.
Right.
Like, every year, like, even in elementary, you go to junior high school, then you go to high school, you graduate. So from that time period, I wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? That I couldn't do that. I focused way too much on basketball to actually focus on a relationship at that time. You understand? So yeah, I would dibble and dab and talk because I was curious. I was learning myself. You understand? But a lot of people would try to keep you in the past and not really try to build the future. And those are the people that I can't really talk to.
That's a fact. Those are the ones that you got to say, I respect where you're going in life, but our journey is not parallel, so I have to go. I'm out.
100%.
Right. I think that's the key to ultimately kind of pushing yourself forward, is realizing that. And it's okay to realize that, the day one people may not be day 50. The fact that if your mindset is still from what we were doing day one, then obviously that was for that time. That's not for this time. No love lost. Yep. But ultimately realizing if we're going to grow and they're not, exactly, deuces. I see you later. Like, come buy one of my tickets to my event. That's what
but
I
you
see.
teach people how to treat you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you respect yourself and you have self-worth and you know your value, you teach people how to treat you. And if they don't fit what your narrative is for your life and what you want out of life, then, like Ace said, deuces. Like, that's that.
That's simple and plain.
And you have to be okay with that, though, too. You have to be okay with knowing that everybody everybody can't come on your journey with you. Everybody can't, so you have to be okay with that. And literally, when I learned that you can't control what someone thinks, what someone does, what someone says, it opened up my eyes 110% to the point where I'm like, yo, I feel so good. It makes me feel so good that I know that I can't control anybody, so I don't try to. And then it comes off, sometimes it comes off as nonchalant or you don't care, but it's not that. It's just more that I can't care about you more than I care about myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
I can't control.
But people don't realize, there's something called an emotional bank account, right? You have people that make deposits, and you have people that make withdrawals, right? If you have people that make more withdrawals than deposits, then you're going to be on E, right? So now we have this imaginary vehicle that we ride on for life, right? And that vehicle has a weight limit, right? And in that movie Friday, when Smokey said, "My mama don't like when a lot of people come with me," that resonates to life. It's just that you just don't fit. That weight limit has been surpassed at this point, and just people can't come with you, and that's okay.
Right.
Now,
speaking about quick question I saw. Let me go real quick. Quick question I saw as I'm trying to act like I know what I'm doing on here, and I'm browsing the website right now. Everyone, please make sure you tap in ballingforpeace.org. Just speaking about the motivation to why you do what you do, why it's so important. And the biggest thing for me is always looking back at our community and going, the one thing that we always stress about or complain about is we never have the resources to do this. We never have the resources to do that or get the opportunity. I'm seeing actually right here that you have a Balling for Peace scholarship program. So can you speak to that? Because that's big, giving kids opportunities to really go further than we're given the opportunity to do, and have someone out here talking about, I got something in place to help you.
So that's what this is all about. In particular, we're giving away scholarships to boys and girls, basketball, seniors, right? So this is what this Road to Peace tour is all about. We're giving out scholarships. This would be the first scholarship that we give out. Balling for Peace Scholarship, and whatever that is, this is what we're trying to raise money and funds for. This is what people are actually paying into. We're doing the work. We're putting it out there. Some people will support something that they don't even know. They have no clue what's happening. We're letting you know this is what you're paying for. This is what you're doing. This is what we're doing it for, and this is what you're helping us do. This in particular, this basketball scholarship to boys and girls, high school seniors going into colleges. So at the end of this tour, we have people submitting like essays and things of that nature to be awarded a chance to get a scholarship from us with Balling for Peace, and we're trying to get these funds organically from people. So it's not like you're buying a ticket or you're doing this and you have no clue where this is going. We're gonna make an announcement at the end of the tour who actually won, gets the scholarship, and we can help out.
That's fire.
So we do have programs. If you look on our website, ballingforpeace.org, you go to all the programs. We are in the DOE as a vendor, so we're able to get get teachers who doing like gun violence prevention programs, financial literacy courses. These are all the things that we have, and if we get picked up by a school, we can provide these services to these schools.
That is fire.
Listen, bro. You over here, you Chef Curry with it, I see. You know what I'm saying? Your hand is in every pot. I want to know what's next. What is your vision? Where do you see yourself going? Where do you see yourself growing? Because I see you're a visionary. I see what you're doing now is kind of like the stepping stone for what you're building toward. Can you give us a little insight to where you see the bigger picture for you is at?
So the bigger picture, and one day, and hopefully soon, because now everything happens like really, really fast. I'm living out what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I say it. It comes in my mind, I put it on paper, and then I actually do it. And that's how I live my life, right?
Dang, that sounds like speaking about manifestation, affirmations. Think it, speak it, achieve it. Talk about it.
100%. So the thing that is gonna happen is we're gonna have a peace center. It's gonna be the Balling for Peace Center, like a rec center, where we have programs, sports programs, all of the things that we actually provide for other people. We're gonna have it in our own space. It's not enough community centers anymore. Like there used to be boys and girls clubs and pals and this, and it's not enough for them. So and they worry about kids gun shooting, and they have no outlets. They have nowhere to go. So at the end of the day, and they don't have people who are invested in those jobs. So my ultimate goal is to have my own recreation center called the Peace Center, and that's what I plan on doing. Well, and
right now it's 11:25.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick, and I'm so calm and I'm so cool and with what I'm doing now, because for a long time, playing ball, a lot of ball players don't know what they want to do next, right? So I've been doing this throughout my life because that was taught to me. Like my mother taught me how to give back. My mother taught me how to just, be selfless. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I feel the same way that I put the energy that I put in when I was working out 2 and 3 times a day to play Division I ball and the playoffs. I do that now for Balling for Peace, and that's what kind of like keeps me grounded and keeps me, striving for more. Because every day you wake up, you have a goal. If you don't have any goals, you don't have nothing, going on in your life, you're lost. A lot of people are lost out here. I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want to do. I can tell you word for word. I could break everything down. What's my next move and everything. That's why it doesn't really like startle me or get me, worried about what I'm doing, because I'm living in my purpose. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's that's pretty much it. You got to find your niche and find your niche and do what you got to do.
Listen, it's 11:26, 6/25, 2022. I just want
I'm looking at this list.
we're going to touch and agree. We're going to touch and agree that you're going to get your building. All right. You're going to get your facility and you're going to change the lives of millions of kids, millions of families. You're just going to make other people be well and they're going to benefit. And over here at RTJ, the brand, you always going to have a home with us, bro. Okay. Because one day we're going to strive and get our building. And guess what? You can pull up, Bowling for Peace can pull up anytime and get on the court. You know what I'm saying? Put up shots. That's a fact. For real.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list right now. I'm running down all these things that you offer. And, it's also, like I said, it's refreshing and brings me like pure happiness to see someone else also with the same mindset of what we're trying to grow. Because again, like we said, we're trying to get to where your status is. And I'm pretty sure you're still looking at it like, look, I got so much more to do and way bigger to get. And I'm just looking at this right now. And we actually had a show one time where we're asking, speaking in reference to schools and what they teach and the things that, they're invested into our children, and just feel like some of them may not be as prepared as we're hoping they're being ready to. And it's like looking at this is some of the things that I feel needs to be implemented in regular school, because
100%.
This is what's awaiting them when they leave, not what we're being taught. I learn your history, know all that they teach us, but it's this right here that when I graduate, especially as a Black man, when I walk out that door, I have to face a lot of other things that a lot of other people don't have to deal with, and a lot of that is touched on this list right here.
Mm-hmm. So this was put together because these are the things, like you said, these are the things that are needed. When there's a lot of things that we don't know. When we grow up and we literally just don't know what to do. We're not taught none of this. We're not taught any of it. We had like peer mediation. We had there were no real outside programs that would come to our schools. They had the dance program. They would come and dance and, but there was nothing. But so, at the end of the day, instead of just talking about it, I'm trying to live this out. And, that's pretty much it, brother. That's pretty much it, bro.
Well, look,
I know July 2nd, we in Miami.
Yeah. Look, I joked about it yesterday. Yeah, I told my wife and kids, I'm like, Dad might be out of town for a little while. I might take a little impromptu trip right down the road. take a quick flight out there. But definitely, real quick, speak to the people right now. Just let them know where they can donate, where they can get all the information, where can they follow you, just everything they need to know about Bowling for Peace, because this is honestly, it'll be a travesty for people not to know about this.
So the easiest way right now, you can go to Instagram, go to my page, H205, that's the letter O, not 0. Go to Bowling for Peace, BALLIN, the number 4 and the word peace. We both have our donation links up there. It's up there. It's all connected. If you want to go and buy a ticket, you can also go to either one of those, but you can also go to our website, bowlingforpeace.org. We also have another donation link there on our actual page. So there's many ways that you can support. And I always tell people, support with your purchase. We have merchandise that you can buy. Pretty good dope merch that we're selling as well. So there's many ways. You go to Bowling for Peace, or email us, info@bowlingforpeace.org. Let us know if you want to become a sponsor. We have sponsorship packages where you're actually, you're a sponsor of the event. So now you're more invested. You know what I mean? You have your logo on everything. You get your logo on the press release. You get your name in the press release. And all the things that are listed in the sponsorship packages. But we're working really hard. We're trying to, we're not trying, we're doing, and we're gonna make this a nationwide and worldwide name before it's all said and done.
Right. And also make sure y'all follow H2O Music every Tuesday night at 9. They do go live with different independent artists, with the Kid Indeed, where they do live interviews on Instagram, and also follow H2O Basketball as well.
Yes, sir. Yo, let's talk about this tour real fast. After Miami, where's the tour going to? Or is that the last stop on the tour?
So we were gonna do Atlanta. So we were gonna do Atlanta with the Overtime Arena. So that was actually going to be the next stop before Miami. We're going to do that on Juneteenth. And I went out to Atlanta. I was flying out to Atlanta and met with them, met with the arena and saw at the arena and everything. And it's just they were wishy-washy with the date. So I had to move on to Miami. So we're going to focus in on New York, which is going to be at LIU Brooklyn. And we're locking in that date either for August 27th or the following weekend. But that's what we're doing. So it's going to be New York. And then we have Sacramento, trying to get all this done before school starts. But that's the plan. That's the plan.
Listen, Lord willing, it's going to be done.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Gutta, real quick, is there anything you want to say to the people, yo? You want to talk to the family about?
Nah, man. Follow H205. Follow Bowling for Peace. Follow H2O Music, H2O Basketball. And you can follow me at Straight from the Gutter. And make sure you hit that link in the bio. Make sure you support, donate, and share to other people. Because at the end of the day, if only our followers are seeing things, it's kind of pointless. So I always tell people, instead of hitting like or hit a comment or whatever, just share it to 5 of your friends. So then maybe that's someone that wants to support the movement. And I appreciate you guys. RTA the brand forever. You guys are doing a great work as well. And that's pretty much it. Love y'all.
Appreciate it. Listen. Yeah, I know. I'm already envisioning we getting in more contact and linking to do something, because like I said, I'm just listening to you speak on your path and what you're doing out here, and it's in such correlation to what I see, what we're trying to do, with our brand, and especially coming from the same neighborhood you come from in New York City, and trying to just bring that to the South, because they definitely have nothing like that out here at all. So we got a major uphill climb of trying to get people to understand the vision with that. So
we definitely can do that. It's a done deal, man. We gonna do that in North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
RTJ and Bowling for Peace. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that out there in North Carolina. Y'all be the headline and sponsors and everything, and we're gonna be the brand and connected, and we're gonna do all that out there in North Carolina.
We gotta work that out.
I just appreciate. Listen, y'all heard it. Listen, how we say we speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what we just planted to see. We gonna water it and watch it grow and develop.
That's easy. As long we putting in that same work together, it's gonna be a layup. It's gonna be a layup.
Easy. Listen, it's gonna be the way to LeBron, alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it look good, make it look easy.
That's it.
I truly appreciate this right here, because it's a breath of fresh air seeing somebody else putting in the same amount of work for the community, for the people, for the children. People don't realize the children are the future, yo. That is who we're supposed to invest in. There's people who took the time out to invest in us, and when we were little kids, to where we can't repay them back for anything. So the only thing we can do is take the information and the knowledge and turn it to applied knowledge and give it back to the youth. So to both y'all gentlemen, I appreciate y'all so much, so dearly, for the work that y'all put in. And again, y'all got y'all family. So anytime family want to pull up, family pulls up, man. You know what I mean? Just don't ask me to get y'all anything to drink out the refrigerator, because that's over. All right? Yo, please go follow these gentlemen on their social media sites, man. Please, they have valuable information. If you can't even go to the event, you heard the brother say it's just $10. You can actually pay for a ticket and sponsor somebody else in Miami to go. There's probably a bunch of little kids or a group of people who want to go. You could just send like $20, and that's 2 people right there. That's 2 people, and I'm sure H is gonna make sure there's gonna be 2 worthy people that get it, not 2 people that can get it, that could buy the ticket, but they chose not to buy it. This brother has a scholarship program for 2 athletes, okay? For 2 student athletes. Being a student athlete is not easy, okay?
Not at all.
It's not for the faint of heart, okay? Y'all heard this man's journey. This man said he only played 1 year of high school basketball. He went through a broken wrist. Then he broke his shoulder. Now, as a teenager, do you know what that hunger and that desire is when you want to do something and then you break your arm and you got to watch from the sidelines? So he had 2 years of hunger. So I want to let you know he had a choice. It was either, like B Dollar said, F basketball, I'm about to go do something else. I might be a good graphic designer, Or you know what? I've been sitting on my ass for 2 years. When I get the fuck up, y'all niggas in trouble.
And they were.
And he got up,
right.
and y'all was in trouble. Y'all was in big trouble. Did you hear the part when the brother said he had a coach, he played for a coach who was hating on him because he gave him the business last season? Tried to ruin this man's career.
Right.
But when you're doing God's work and God got a bigger picture for you, a bigger plan for you, can't nobody stop you. You know what I'm saying? Right. All he had to do was continue on along his journey. So, my brother, you are inspiration. You got to tell that story everywhere you go. All right? This can't be, it might be the first time you told it here, but don't let it be the last time you tell it. Because a lot of people see the glory. Nah, you got to tell it because a lot of people see the glory. Because the people see the glory and they think it's easy. They see you walk around with that smile. They see you walk around with that good energy, but they don't know you had to fight bad energy. They don't know you had to be in the trenches. They don't know you was putting in 2 a days, 3 a days to get where you had to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people joke around. They see me say a lot of affirmations and all this other stuff, and they think shit is sweet. No, I say them because I need to stay balanced. You know what I'm saying? So you did everything you had to do to get to where you at, to walk with that smile, to have that energy. Tell your story, man. That's your testimony. People got to know, like, yo, I got it out the mud. I went from underneath the mud. You know what I'm saying? So tell them that, because now you got a tree. You producing fruit. You're giving people opportunity.
I'm gonna attest to that right now. Within just this 1 hour, 20-minute conversation, you just inspired another brother over here. So,
yo, I ain't gonna front.
Don't keep that.
You put the battery. I ain't gonna front. You put the battery in our back. You know what I'm saying? Like today, we had our first.
Yo, y'all can do more, man. Y'all could continue to do more. Y'all blessed, man. Y'all, the fact that y'all have y'all show, you have a platform. You got to keep going and keep growing every day. Like even with this, with Jay, he be always trying to get me to talk more on doing more reels, doing more interviews, and I'm like, I'm gonna do them. Now I'm trying to do more of that because I'm actually doing the work. So when you actually doing the work, like. Even when I told you I was doing 2 and 3 a days and things of that nature, we didn't record those things. I actually didn't want people to see my workouts that I was doing. I didn't want that because it's like I'm competing with you guys. I don't want you to see what I'm doing and what I'm working on. So, but now it's a whole different. Now if you ain't showing it, you ain't doing it. You understand? So like I have to learn again, life lessons, learning lessons. I can't be the same. So I got to be out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I'm going to do more. I'm going to talk more. This is the thing, the affirmation that you're speaking about. I got to do more of these lives. I got to do more of these interviews. I got to, I got to even show my journey and like, yo, I'm still hooping. You understand? Like when I put up my hooping reels, like I play in these games, it's hard for me to get footage sometimes, but I got to start having people come to my game. I get more views and likes on that still, so that means people still like to see me actually play basketball. So I gotta do it.
Listen. I will say I had to come downstairs to jump on because the little ones was upstairs making all the noise. So we had a clip queued up of you hitting the game winner in that 3-on-3 tournament, but it's upstairs on the other computer. But we can attest to what we saw.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I keep it 100 with you. We played that clip last week on the podcast. That was one of the clips we played on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, certified H2O. It was trigger Tai Chi. It touched the hand and hit the net. That's all you seen.
It was horrible defense too. It was horrible defense.
It was down, man down. You know what they say.
It was 2 seconds. I don't know what he thought I was gonna do. It was 2 seconds.
I was about to say that was like one of the quickest releases I saw in a while.
that was literally catch and shoot. That was muscle memory. I'm not thinking about it. As soon as the ball hit my hands, it's going to the rim. That's all I know. Set,
but
ready, go.
He should have known. He should have known that. It's H2O. Like, come on now, put your hands up, stupid. He went for the fake, and I don't know where he went. I'm like, come on now, we got to do better, people.
Yo, and shout out. I want to say shout out to people like Gutta as well. Being that voice when you noticing somebody got something going on, and instantly, like you said, could be one of those haters trying to throw dirt or trying to throw shade to not see you prevail. And we're like, nah, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna rock out with you and get you where you need to be. Even the game that he just threw at me earlier today, much appreciated with that. And if there was more people like you out here, we would have so much more done. It's so crazy that people just don't realize that concept we in this same fight together, not to outdo one another. It's to all of us there's enough for everybody to get there.
Yeah, but a lot of people like to swim against the tide. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on now, like what are you doing? We're supposed to be swimming together, with the current. And everybody could win, man. But a lot of people out here, they like to slander and do different things, and every time you're doing something positive, they're trying to block your blessings and everything else. We ain't got time for all that. We just continue to work and continue spreading God's work and doing God's work and pushing it forward, man. That's all we do over here.
Right. Man. So I go on behalf of RTJ the brand, RTJ the podcast, Respect the Journey. We want to salute to you, my brothers, for the work you're doing. Continue that great work. Like we said, we definitely going to stay connected, partner up, and do some things. I'm definitely excited and motivated just hearing your story to say, look, it's time. I was getting ready to go to sleep after this. Nah, I'm going to be on there. I got some work to do now. We got to get on it. But definitely salute to you, and I definitely appreciate this conversation we had.
Yo, B Dollar, you want to go ahead, H.
No, I was gonna say thank you. I appreciate your time. I'm going to Miami tomorrow. I'll be out there a week early, doing some work with the MBPA and just getting the community involved as well too, trying to get everybody this last minute push to come out to the event. So I got a 6 a.m. flight, so I gotta get going myself. So again, I appreciate you guys for having me. Been a blessing, and this ain't gonna be the last conversation. We're gonna do a lot more of this.
Of course,
yes, sir.
Of course. We like to end the show. I give an affirmation. B Dollar ends it with a prayer. Y'all mind if we end the show that way, fellas?
Not at all.
All right, yo. The affirmation I'm gonna put out there for you, for all of us, is that the work that we put in is going to be successful, and it's going to help others be successful as well. We're not in this journey for ourselves. The work we're doing is for others to be wonderful and to be great. Okay. I always want you guys to understand and know that here at Respect the Journey, we got you guys back 100%. Anything we can do to help you guys out, we got y'all. So again, the work we do will be successful and be bountiful for not for ourselves, but for others as well. That's the affirmation for this, man. That's what I got from this moment right here.
Yes, sir. And as y'all know, we're gonna close it out. Father God, we thank you once again for giving us this platform, giving us this opportunity to speak our minds, have a wonderful conversation with upstanding brothers out here trying to make a change in the community, left this place better than we found it. Ultimately knowing we come together as one, we are a force, staying connected to the man upstairs for our purpose in life. And once we can figure out what that purpose is, that will propel us to get to the greater good and the greater things that await for us in life. All we got to do is stay true to us, stay connected to the man upstairs. We will prevail. We will be where we need to be in life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So, safe travels to you, my brother, on the way out of Miami. Don't be surprised if you see me out there, if I can get away from the family real quick, because it's still summertime or whatnot.
I might jump on my e-bike and ride out there.
Yeah, but y'all already know what we like to say, man. It's never about the destination. It's always about the journey. And try as they may, they will never be RTJ. We check y'all.
Peace, family.
Peace.
It's Three the Hard Way. With DJ V Jalla, Miss Di, and Model Citizen J. It's RTJ, the podcast.